Welcome everyone to Weekly News and DW with Major Tidbits, and the topic for this video is Makabayan Block, ipina-impeach si Sara. Hinainan na ng Makabayan Block ang ating content for the past few weeks na si VP Sara Duterte ng kanyang impeachment complaint na in-endorse ng Akbayan. Na ang mga charges against her is graft and corruption sa confidential expenses, panunuhol at betrayal of public trust, illegal na pagkuha ng kaban ng bayan at iba pang high crimes, because that's what the Constitution of the United States also has in their Constitution. Now, we remember from President Ferdinand Marcos na in a totally leaked and definitely private conversation where he said, pinasabihan ni President Bongbong Marcos Jr. ang kanyang tao sa House of Representatives na wag na mag-file ng impeachment complaint laban kay Duterte. Ang sabi niya sa text message, "In the larger scheme of things, Sara is unimportant. So please do not file impeachment complaints. It will only distract us from the real work of Alamano, which is improve the lot of all Filipinos." Now, of course, I don't freaking know, or I don't even freaking buy the whole na-leak yung private conversation namin itong taong ito. Well, who is that person? Sino yung nag-leak nun? Private correspondence. Tapos, bigla na lang nalileak sa media. Kasi this is all theatrics to deal a blow at Sara's moral. To say she is unimportant. She is an unimportant person. At wag na natin sayangin yung oras natin dito. Kasi, look, I don't really care much about VP Sara Duterte. Maybe for the memes, the news, and the content, pero
social media yesterday saying that Vice President Sara Duterte, larger scheme of things is unimportant, so don't file an impeachment complaint. Sabi galing daw po sa inyo yon. Can you confirm that, sir? Was there an effort on your part to stop the filing of impeachment?
Well, it was actually private communication, but nalik na, yes. Because that's really my opinion. This is not important. This does not make any difference to even one single Filipino life. So why waste time on it? What will happen if somebody files an impeachment? It will tie down the House, it will tie down the Senate. It will just take up all that, and for nothing. For what? For nothing. For nothing. None of this will help improve a single Filipino life. As far as I'm concerned, it's a storm in a teacup.
Sir, have you reached the point of no return, you and VP Sara, sir?
Never say never.
Thank you, sir.
what you cannot dismiss is what she said, dahil she still had a larger vote count than BBM. Now, today, this might have been reduced, or that, you know, dahil sa marami niyang crash out, mas popular na si BBM. But the fact still remain that technically, VP Sara could have won that presidency if she had run for the presidency. Now, you know, in the previous NIDW, marami na akong sinabi patungkol dito, but basically, he has instructed the House of Representatives to not file impeachment complaints against VP Duterte with that mindless slogan na hindi ito magpapaganda sa buhay ng tao. She is unimportant. She is not worth our time. You know, that never mind her, when in reality, gusto mong kaya, I guess siguro, nakipagsabuatan ka siguro ngayon, or if not, you know, you had this same cause with the Makabayan Block. But, you know, I'm not knocking you for pushing for the impeachment of Sara Duterte, but, you know, whatever. Now, the first impeachment complaint against VP Sara Duterte na inihain sa Kamara was endorsed by Akbayan Party List Representative Percival Sandania na may 24 na artikulo o rasyonale ng impeachment complaint. Isa sa mga complainants at spokespersons ng mga naghain ng impeachment complaint ay si Attorney Laila de Lima, pamangkin ni dating Pangulo Aquino, mga pari at I think isang Magdalo representative, but anyway. The funny thing here, though, is the fact na 9 na araw na lang ang natitirang araw sa sesyon ng Kamara na matatapos nitong December 18 at babalik ng sesyon sa January 13. Matatenga lang ang impeachment complaint na ito kasi matatapos na ang 19th Congress sa February. The impeachment complaint won't be heard ever again. I think, I'm not sure. Sinasabing, kung hindi ngayon, kailan? Well, siguro next year, kapag hindi kahulang kongreso, kailangan kasi ng endorsement of, I think, 1/3 o higit 100 tao ang dapat na mag-endorse nito before even automatically sending it or endorsed to the Senate. Mawawala yung mga impeachment complaints and the evidence are not going to be expired in line with public's interest at the assassination threat. Kasi again, kahit mawalan ng puwersa sa galit ang tao kay VP Sara Duterte, the evidence are still there. You don't need to rush it. Idagdag mo pa si dating presidential spokesperson Harry Roque na nasa Abu Dhabi, UAE, na gustong mag-mount ng EDSA 3 matapos ang crash out ng kanyang manok na si Sara. I mean, of course, the supporters na nandoon sa EDSA na nagpaprotesta ay kulang-kulang. Pero alam mo kung bakit? Aside from the fact na medyo OA at kahit si Sara hindi nagko-call for an EDSA People Power 3, busy ang tao sa kanilang buhay. Hindi pa ganoon kagrabe ang sitwasyon to shut down the entire system at magsara yung mga businesses at establishmento. Basically, hindi maiwanan ng mga DDS ang kanilang mga trabaho at responsibilidad to mount some half-assed attempt at an revolution, at a people power revolution. Now, he said wala na siya doon and was only there back on the 29th of November at hindi na kailangan ang clarificatory hearing kasi para malaman na nandito ka nga sa Pilipinas. As of now, 2 impeachment complaint na ang inihiain sa House of Representatives na may 77 signatories sa mga progresibong grupo laban kay VP Duterte na inendorso naman ng Makabayan Blocs, Franz Castro, Raul Manuel at Arlene Brosas. Unlike sa unang complaint, iisa lamang ang ginawang reklamo, betrayal of public trust. Now, ayon kay dating Representative Nery Colmenares, mas mapapadali ang pagtingin sa kaso kung iisa lang ang gagawing reklamo na mag-e-encompass sa buong vibes sa lahat ng violation na nakikita nila sa mga ginawa ni VP Sara Duterte. Dahil raw ito, again, katulad ng final nila Attorney Laila de Lima, na dahil daw ito sa mahigit 600 billion in confidential funds from 2022 to 2023. Lack of transparency at yung mockery nga. The fact that they just picked a random snack company and fucking restaurants to make up a fake name for those acknowledgement receipts ng CIFs nila. At hindi pagkilala sa Kamara sa mga budget deliberations nito. Kumbaga binabypass niya at hindi siya umaattend sa mga deliberation at hearing ng Kamara. So there's that.
Actually, these acts na minention sa betrayal of public trust constitute various offenses kahit violation ng revised penal code. Pero finokus namin sa betrayal of public trust because it is all-encompassing na. At para sa amin, yung pinaka mabilis na paraan na ma-resolve ang kaso. Kaya betrayal of public trust. But more than just the mere grounds. Alam nyo, para sa mamamayan, napakataas ng pagpapahalaga nila ng iyong pag-violate sa public trust. So, pwede naman kami magdagdag ng marami pa. Pero the betrayal of public trust, yun encompasses everything kasi merong tiwala ang publiko sa'yo, tinaksilan mo yun. And that is, for us, one of the highest, if not the highest, treachery ng isang public official. So that's why we chose it. For the reasons I just mentioned.
Okay, one last.
Ang video clip na ito ay galing sa aking series na News Worthy Recap. Check the entire video for the complete weekly news recap and subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date sa mga local at global news na I'll make sure would be interesting to you particularly. Di ko alam yung name mo pero you should subscribe. You Muhammad Smith? I don't fucking know. John Smith? Salamat sa manunod mga kabayan. Avoid me, like, subscribe, follow my links in socials and avoid shows that would be linked down below. Sa susunod muli, of course, paalam.